Yeah, my name's Dave Brenner. I play guitar for Theory of a Deadman.
Very cool. And we are out at the Carnival of Madness tour
That's right.
in the rainy Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah, what the hell's
today.
going on here? It's pouring rain yesterday, pouring rain again today.
That would be Tropical Storm Lee.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm from Vancouver. It rains all the time there too, so I'm used to it. It's a little more humid though here. It's hot rain, which is less pleasant.
Definitely. So, how are you enjoying Carnival Madness tour so far?
It's been great. We got 5 cool bands. Everybody's enjoying hanging out. There's been, pretty much a parking lot party after every show, and all the bands just go out and hang out. It's like I imagine touring should be. Everybody gets along, has fun, and enjoys themselves.
So, which bands throw the best parties?
Oh, we do, obviously. Right here. This throws the best party. This stereo with full record player.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, anywhere that she is, that's where the party is. So right here, I guess, tonight.
So, you have a couple more weeks of Carnival of Madness, or what are the plans for, fall and winter?
Well, we got 2 more weeks of Carnival, followed by 1 week off at home. And then we're going out in support of Three Doors Down for about 6-7 weeks. And Pop Evil's on that bill as well. And so we'll do that for 6 or 8 weeks, which we're really excited about since we were close friends with the Three Doors Down guys. Looking forward to getting back on the road with them. And then after that, we're actually reuniting with Alter Bridge and Blackstone Cherry to do some UK dates, which we're also very excited about.
Wow, so you have it really planned out, like all the way through.
We're busy right till Christmas Day. I think we're playing in Afghanistan. New Year's Day and South Africa. No, I'm just making that. Yeah, well, that's what it takes. You got to tour these days to build a following and stay relevant. So and that's how we've sort of built our name, is through touring. So we like touring. That's what we do.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, even with the industry changes, I'm sure you've witnessed a lot of that.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's 10 years now, coming up on 10 years for us. Our first record came out in 2002, so we've been together for over 10 years and been in this business for almost 10 years. So, you see a lot of changes and seen bands come and go. And for us, we try to stick with what works, and that's just making sure that you're servicing places, meaning playing shows and keeping your name relevant for people.
Of course. I mean, I can agree with you in saying, even from a fan's perspective, that it is all in the live show.
Well, it's the one thing that you can't steal off the internet for free.
Exactly.
You could steal footage of live shows, but it's not quite the same. So it's the one thing that people that love music can still get a actual honest show. Is the only way to do it is to come to the show.
So what's your favorite aspect of playing live?
I don't know. I think it's sort of the relationship that forms between a band and the crowd. Like you get this great opportunity to you get this intimate hour with people that are total strangers. I think that's probably for me my favorite part. That's right. Beat it.
So is it true, like I heard that you kind of feed off that energy from the crowd?
Yeah.
Is it different in bigger amphitheater type places versus smaller club shows?
Yeah, every show's different. I mean, I'm a club guy just because I love dark and smoky and sweaty. That's like rock and roll for me, but everyone is different. Sometimes you play those big festivals and it's outdoors and it's like you're on stage at noon or something like that. So it's the sun's its highest peak, but the crowd can still be spectacular and amazing. I think that crowds always have an expectation of bands that they're going to see, but bands always have expectations of crowds. We get there and we sort of expect a certain amount of energy and enthusiasm from a crowd the same way they expect it from a band. So, it's a give and take relationship between a band and the crowd. So we like to put on a good show, but you need something in return, and it's give and take.
So has there ever been an area that has completely surprised you by how crazy the fans are?
I was surprised to go to Europe actually and for a place that we'd not go to very often, and have these crowds of people come out and they just know every single word to every song. They don't. It doesn't matter if it was a single or not. They just
Wow.
the fans in Europe, like if they're a fan enough to come and see you play, they're fan enough to know every single word to every single song. It's crazy. So like you could be playing in a club for 300 people, and be like, yeah, well, this is tiny, but man, the crowd just goes nuts, and you're like, wow, this is a great show. So for us, that's what it's all about. Doesn't matter how many people are there, just so long as everyone has a good time, us included.
Nice. So your latest album came out earlier this year, and Low Life is the single from that, and that seems to be performing quite well.
Yeah, it was number one at radio
Yeah.
for 3 weeks, which we were very excited about.
Like, I'm curious, when writing, do you ever get a feeling about a song and go, I think this one's going to be a single?
It's hard to get that feeling. Like Tyler used to have this great quote. He would say, I'll probably butcher it, but he would say something along the lines of, it's impossible to write a hit song because fans are the ones that make it a hit, right? You can write a great song, and but it still comes down to right place, right time. It's got to get to the ears, and then the fans have to make it a hit by calling and requesting it and all that stuff. So I think that for us, we can always tell when we think we've got a song that we think is really great, but it's better to not ever pretend like you can think it's going to be a hit or not, because it's just not in your hands. So we do what we can do, and we try to write really great songs and hope that the fans will dig them enough to try to make them hit songs.
So I like to look at music as a universal language that everyone could speak and understand, even if we take different messages away. Is there anything in particular that you hope that your music speaks to listeners?
I like that universal language. There's a band called Mother Love Bone that he has that in one of his lyrics as the universal language. I don't know, something about music, but I do like that because it's totally true. I don't know. I think that we're kind of like, we're not a real heavy band when it comes to like lyrics and messages. I think that for us, we're our time and place is now in an economy that's struggling, and we're a band that likes to have a little bit of fun and put some humor in music. And I think that for our fans, what they're looking for is sort of something to make them forget about the crap that's going on in the real world, like Hurricane Irene or Dow Jones, whoever that douchebag is. But it's like people want to forget about that stuff, and they want to just go and have an escape and just have a good time. And for us, that's kind of what it's. That's how where we put ourselves. We're not like trying to send a political message or any of that stuff. We're just about having a good time and realizing that the world isn't a place that needs to be taken so seriously all the time.
Great, very well put.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I definitely want to thank you for taking time out to speak with me.
My pleasure.
Is there anything in the interview that I didn't discuss that you would like to discuss?
I always like to just add, seeing as how it's kind of like our first tour back, and we're just getting started again on the new record, that I always like to send a message to our fans and friends on the road that we're happy to be back and looking forward to seeing everybody on the road. So come see us on when we're out with Three Doors, or come see us in the UK. Make a road trip, boat trip, and we're excited to be back.
Great, thank
That's
you.
about it.